Right, with freezing temperatures in New York, many residents are staying inside just to avoid going outside. Although they might think that they're resting by staying indoors, many may be feeling great fatigue during this time of year. But could your winter fatigue actually be a sign of vitamin D deficiency? This is a question we should all be asking ourselves right now. Joining us now, registered dietitian, nutritionist, and director of Nexendo Wellness, Sasha Bayat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Bianca. I'm very excited to be here to talk about how this amazing sunshine vitamin plays a role in our health.
I was going to say, there has been a long list of people that I have at least told to, I'm so tired, I don't want to do anything, I just want to stay indoors. And I don't know if it's because of the weather or a vitamin D deficiency. How do people realize which one's playing a role here?
Yeah, that's a great question. And vitamin D is so important in so many aspects of our health. We talk about its role in bone health, making sure we don't get osteoporosis. But there are a lot of other metabolic interactions that it has in the body. So mood regulation, immune support, and we're starting to see more and more, whether it's related to diabetes, heart disease, cancer. And so with all of that being said, it can be really hard to get vitamin D here in the winter. And so what we want to look out for, so the symptoms that we can experience are fatigue, muscle cramping, bone pain, but it can be really hard to separate some of those symptoms from just general other symptoms. So a really great way to just make sure that you're covered is to get a simple blood test.
Interesting. Okay, so that would take care of it all. Go to the doctor, figure that out first. But let's talk about why people in New York are just at a higher risk for vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, that's a great question. So New York sits at a latitude, so in relation to the equator, too far for the sun to be strong enough for our body to convert that vitamin D. So our body is really amazing. We're like plants. So we go outside, we get that sunshine, our body converts that vitamin D into a form that we're able to use to support our bone health and all of these other processes. But in the winter, that sun is not strong enough. And so that, coupled with the fact that we're spending more time indoors, it's hard to get outside, we're bundled up, it can really make us more predisposed to have a vitamin D deficiency. Plus, if there are individuals with chronic diseases, diabetes, 2 out of every 3 New Yorkers are overweight or obese, so that's also a risk
I did not know that. I feel like that wouldn't be true because we walk everywhere.
I know. It's really crazy. We also have a lot of great food.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so looking at it from a different perspective, would it be like people in Florida would be at a much lower risk for vitamin D deficiency?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So because we are so far away from the equator, the way the Earth tilts, we're further away. So we're just more predisposed to that. So a good way. More trips to the south.
So it's bad for my health if I live here. Okay, so you can get vitamin D from any health food store and stuff like that. Obviously, you want to check with your doctor first. But for people that want to just say, hey, I need a little pick me up, is it okay for them just to go to like Whole Foods and grab some vitamin D?
Yeah, that's a great question. So vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so we do want to be careful that we're not overdosing, taking too high of a dose. So a good way to do is 1,000 to 2,000 IUs per day, but you definitely want to make sure that you're talking to a provider, because if we do take too much, we can store it in our body, and if there's other medications that you may be taking that may interact with it. So best way is to just come into Nexendo Clinic. We do a quick blood test, assess your vitamin D levels. We can also work with you to make sure that you're getting it in your diet, and then also doing other forms of movement like exercise, specific exercises that could just help your overall body size.
I was going to say, in your diet, what foods can we eat to get that increase in vitamin D?
So vitamin D is unfortunately not like any other vitamin or mineral that is a plethora in the foods that we're getting. It's very limited to seafood products, eggs, mushrooms. But we do fortify it with like in milk products. So actually the best way is going to just make sure that you do the supplements or come see us. Just to make sure that we have you covered.
Interesting. Okay, well, you heard it there. Living here is bad for your vitamin D levels. Thank you so much for chatting about this. This is really interesting, and hopefully people can check you guys out and see what's going on with themselves.
Come on in.
Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you.
All right, we got more news straight ahead. Stay with us.